Okay. All right. I've been having trouble with my streaming. I don't know if my computer or internet is something wrong with it. But anyways, we are going to get into DeRace, which is a phenomenal game in the works. It's a NFT horse racing game with betting involved. So very sticky type of platform, as you can see by the title. It's a $1 billion opportunity, I feel, if they do execute well. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys the report that I typed up. I'm going to just glance over. It's around 9 pages. It is available on our Discord channel. We are a collective group that stays pretty private, and we like to keep it that way. And so if that interests you to be able to join this community that is trying to find gems before all the influencers pump it or any type of ways, definitely join that Discord and you will not be disappointed. We go over education and research, and we also talk about a little bit of theory on what we can do to be able to make a quick buck, but also invest into companies long-term to really change the course of our lives. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into the report that I put in. This is a PDF on Discord. It's a Word document here because I'm the one that typed it up. This is all opinion-based. It's not financial advice or any way. This is just to educate you about DeRace to see if you could actually have an informed decision on it. I would recommend reading the white paper, reading all the Medium blogs, going on the, what is it called? Telegram for the DeRace. They're amazing there. The devs are always talking about it, and I've got to talk to a couple of devs on there. Very good people. Okay, so qualitative investment research, this is what I do, and there's some quantitative here and kind of goes through the process of what I'm thinking about. So here, number 1, 2 to 3 paragraphs of what I think DeRace is about. DeRace is a virtual horse racing game that has a play-to-earn mechanic by purchasing and selling horse NFTs, owning a portion of the hippodromes, horse breeding by having 2 NFTs that are a male and a female, horse betting, and the marriage of these two, gamers and sports bettors, could produce a strong community of people that will have an addictive world that people don't want to leave. The total addressable market for each market is growing at a rapid rate for sports betting as well as for gaming. Compound annual growth rate for both of those are in double digits and will be for the foreseeable future. We'll talk about this a little bit later. It's a possibility. DeRace has a possibility of being a multi-billion-dollar company if they execute right. And that's what we're going to be monitoring as we look into DeRace. They have a plan to have a mobile app that lets you sports bet and run the races. They'll integrate with PayPal and other fiat-based currencies, and all fiat or crypto-based currencies will be delineated in DERC. Very important to note that, the in-game token of the game. So once you are in DERC, it's easy to move around, and there's not going to be any types of fees. So it might take some fees to be able to get you onto the platform, but after that, you're good to go, as long as you don't sell out of it. So why does this project or company exist? In my opinion, is to be the first go-to blockchain NFT horse betting platform in the world. And the reason why I like them over Zedrun, so also a lot of people think that Zedrun's in a good spot to take this industry. The only thing is that, I'll just read it here. DeRace giving ownership to its players with the horse NFTs, dome NFTs, and the possibility of more is a very good sign. Also, they are in a good spot to dislodge Zedrun because it gives the sports betting crowd and the non-crypto people a familiar feeling using rounded racetracks and regular-looking horses. This is important because if you have too many barriers to entry for the newcomer, psychological or monetary, they will not feel welcome and they'll leave. So that's the thing, is that they're marrying horses that actually look like horses and also the hippodromes that are just a familiar feel for horse racing, versus like Zedrun that looks like kind of like this cyberpunk, holographic, all that kind of stuff. It will kind of deteriorate people from the space. And that's why I'm super bullish on DeRace over Zedrun for it. And also they're very new. The team is from Lithuania. We'll talk a little bit about that. So what are the pros and what are the cons? I'll go with cons first because I didn't see much of them. The only thing in terms of cons too is that there's not really gameplay out. There are animations and all that kind of stuff, but I do think that they are going to hit that goal. Of course, this is speculative bet, right? You're acting more of a venture capitalist than you are a long-term stockholder of a value company. So what are the cons of the company? And then we'll go into the pros. Betting has a negative critique and well portrayed in the media as a negative thing. It's very true. Crypto, blockchain, and NFTs are still a very foreign concept to a lot of people. So people don't even know what an NFT is. And so they just don't understand that hey, this is ownership. This is actually a deed. instead of $1 for $1, you know, this specific image or this specific JPEG or this specific horse, in this opinion, has stats that could actually win you monetary gain in the game. So very cool, but still, it's a con because a lot of people don't know about it. So crypto and NFTs is what they're kind of specializing in and niching, and those two are foreign concepts to a lot of people, majority of people. I'm unfamiliar with Lithuania. This is not me. This is not the team. Sorry, this is me. I'm unfamiliar with Lithuania and their tax laws on crypto and anything like that, and possibilities of like the hammer coming down on cryptos. That could be a con for them. Crypto as a whole is not very regulated, so there's gonna be a lot of scammers, and there's not much like regulation on like by the SEC, at least in the United States. So that might be coming in time. So that might be good, but also could be bad because it could also swing the hammer on this project. And as of 26th of August, we do not have gameplay, but on the website, it's amazing animations, horses. I already kind of mentioned that. And so we'll talk about that. But the pros, and this just blows my mind, okay? Users can earn actual profit by participating in in-game events. Breeding and trading NFTs, horses is one. So if you have a male and a female and you have two NFTs, you can actually breed them for, I think, $1. That might change. I think the devs are still working some numbers. The white paper is subject to change whatever they want. You can also participate in races. So you can participate in races, hosting races in hippodromes. So you can actually own hippodromes, but also participate in hippodromes. You would have to pay a fee. Placing bets and selling their analysis and predictions, participating in referral reward and bug report programs. So a lot of ways for the gamer to actually make money, as well as the sports bettors. Sports betting is addicting, and all buys and sells will be denominated at DRC. So this means that a limited supply of 120,000 DRC is going to be over 2 years. So that means that there's a capped supply. So just like Bitcoin, the reason why like Bitcoin goes up in price is because there's a limited supply and there's a lot more demand coming for it. So if you have a lot more demand coming into the DRC platform, and let's say horse betting gets big, and this is going to be the one that is the first mover's advantage, you have a very high likelihood that DRC is going to appreciate over time. So you only have 2 years to be able to get pretty much free DRC. It's not free. You still have to pay for it. Don't get me wrong. You still have to pay for it and everything like that. But you get to pay for it when the market cap of the company is really low, and then you can wait for it and appreciate over the course of like 20 years. And yes, I said 20 years because that's how long I'm thinking about holding this thing investment. And we'll talk a little bit about why I'm bullish on this type of game versus another type of game. So no cheating and complete transparency seems to be a goal of the team. It's very apparent in the white paper. They mention that pretty much every single time. And that's because they have the blockchain and everything is transparent. And I'm pretty sure, and I think I misspoke in this report, they do have oracles. And so there's oracles in which that goes based off their API and make sure that they don't fudge up the numbers and all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is a big one here. Aiming for 3 large TAMs, or total addressable markets, which will totally collectively a $1 trillion market cap in 10 years. 2 of them, NFTs and gaming, will be a $1 trillion market cap individually in 20 years. And so together, they have like a market cap of 1 trillion. And the 2 of them separately have a long-going market cap trend of being $1 trillion in individual specific ones, which is NFTs and gaming. Addictive loop, and also it's ethical, so there's no animal cruelty or like injecting and juicing. So horse betting and horse racing has been also deemed not very good for that. So I will say this is probably one of the only negatives I've seen. There's only one interview by the CEO that's from like New Kids on the Blockchain, I believe. So I would like to see more things from the team members. You can go to Telegram and you could talk to them, but there's nothing like actually watching a video and seeing how they react to questions and prods and all that kind of stuff, like to really see the legitimacy. Like one thing good about Elon Musk is that he like was on everywhere and everything, so you could really test and see like, hey, is this guy who he says he is? So that's what I would like from the team. But again, very, very cool. Really like it. Seen some of their projects in the past, and so this is why I'm also super bullish on the project, is that they're 2 heads. And I'm so sorry if DeRace is watching this. I don't know if there's 2 founders, or there could be 3. There could be 3. But the 2 founders that I looked at were 2 marketers. And like this is actually very important. And their websites and all that stuff, they have a lifetime of sales and also marketing. And like a lot of people that are gamers, they're just like, I don't care about that. But like there's one place to get from not being known to being known. And that's a very important subject. So when it comes to marketers, you need those people. And these 2 are like they're career marketers. And so I'm very bullish on them out competing Zedrun because of their marketing experience. Okay. Developer community, I don't know like the gameplay, but I don't think, and if you are a game dev or anything like that, please reach out to me. I don't know if the gameplay and what they're building in terms of game development is very difficult. To me, it doesn't seem like that. I think it's more hard to make the horses look beautiful and the hippodromes look beautiful, but that's more concept art and like building and stuff. I don't know how hard the mechanic and the games are. So please, if you do know that, please let me know. This is also bullish. So venture and retail partners. So this is something that I teach in our Discord chat, is that to look at the people that are funding this project. If they don't have any funders, hey, you know, this might be a very good indie, not a very good indie game studio, but there's already some people that have skin in the game. So it's very important to, you know, if you want skin in the game, that you at least know that there's some people with big money that also has skin in the game. So DAO Maker, Animoco Brands, which Animoco Brands is the one that did Axie. LD10 Capital, I also think that did Axie. Please don't quote me on that. I'm still trying to learn the space, so please give grace on that. Mainstream companies, Chainlink, Binance, NFT, and Crypto.com just became an exchange for DRC, which I think that's the reason why there's been a recent pump for it. Okay. Security, they are on the Ethereum blockchain. Tokenomics, so there's 120 million DRC tokens that will be staked and also delineated in the next 2 years. So they're going to be also giving out NFTs. The only thing is that NFTs are not going to be limited and capped in supply. They're probably going to be limited and capped in supply in terms of the Genesis ones, but they can also breed with each other. And then also they're going to be coming out with other horses they're in. Also other NFTs. I don't know if they're NFTs or they're bonus packs. We'll see as the project progresses, but like there's also mounts, horseshoes that you can actually equip to your horses. People, I thought this was really cool, horse breeding. So the male and the female, if you have two NFTs singularly, they can actually mate, and they have another horse that you could also race. And so you could do a lot of cool things with that. I could see like, you know, a very good breeder having a very high NFT horse, speed and agility, and then they mate, and then they get a threshold of 21 speed, and then they find another horse 21, 20. It's a differential of 1. So like, okay, we won't talk about that. Sorry. That's just me geeking it out, but that's really cool. Okay, exchanges that support the product. I kind of talked about that. Binance, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and Crypto.com. If you want to get DRC tokens, go ahead, knock yourself out. Current supply of the tokens is around 17 million. And we'll go into the coin market cap here shortly. I'll be diluted to 2. So the company is based out of Lithuania, just so you know. Yeah, you can read the rest of this if you want to as it goes. But I do want to talk a little bit about this. So this is not financial advice or anything like this. This is also more of an art than it is a science when it comes to these numbers. So I was looking at the current money supply, M1 and M2 assets in January of 2020. And so this is this is after COVID. So 2021, this could be higher. So the current money supply right now is 95.7 trillion. Crypto market cap is 2 trillion. 2 trillion out of that's around 2% of the global market cap is in crypto. So what do you think of the money supply in M1 and M2 will be in 20 years? So that's what I asked myself this question. This is what I also teach in the Discord channel. So 150 trillion. So 150 trillion of total money supply in 20 years. So what percentage of all money in the world do you think cryptos will be in 20 years? I think 10% of that. It's probably even more. This is I'm very conservative in my numbers. Answer 10%, which is 15 trillion. So what percentage of entire cryptocurrency will this token have in 20 years? And so I was just thinking about it, and this is like honestly not a science. It's like 0.001%. So 0.001% of the 10% of the current money supply will be around 15 billion. So what is the supply of the coins for this project will be in 20 years? So if there's only 120 million coins, price per coin would be $125. That's kind of how I was thinking. So $20, if you hold this for $20, or 20 years. If you hold this for 20 years, you could possibly see a token be $125. And then at that point, the game studio would probably delineate in portions of DRC, not just $125 per race. I don't know. Again, all very speculative, right? This game hasn't even been released yet. So the TAM of gaming also here is USD right now is 173.70 billion in 2020. Compound annual growth rate to 9.644%. The DeRace community or the DeRace devs are doing a compound annual growth rate of 12%. So they have a little bit higher growth rate. but 5-year projection for my 9% is 275 billion. And then the total addressable market of sports betting will be in 5 years 349 billion. So $500 billion being in gaming and sports betting. And the TAM for NFTs are still to be known. There's like, billions of dollars right now, people selling rocks and stuff that have like no utility. But these horses will actually have utility because they could make you money, and then you could also bet on them. Okay, so this is old already. So I actually did this report on the 25th or 26th of August. I forget. I think I minted it. I'm already talking an NFT, baby. I currently finished it on the 25th, and then I put into PDF on the 26th. So I'm going to go into the price. So the price right now is $3.45. And so let's go with, so total circulation is 17.46 million. So 17.46 million times $3.45. So that is a market cap of 60 million. 60 million. So now at the point is you're going to ask yourself the question is, do you think it's a valuation of 60 million right now? And in a year, it's going to be 120,000 divided by, so 60,000, 60 million. Let's just say on an average. So 60 million. Let's just go with that. I'll get rid of this. 60. 1, 2, 3. One more. Times $3.46, which is half the supply of stuff. So in a year, do you think it will be worth 207 million? That is the question I ask you. I'm not going to answer that for you, but that's how I'm thinking about it. Do you think this company will be able to have a supply of 207 million? And let me just show you something too. Okay, so this is Zedrun. This is the main competitor for them, also built on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay, so this report was on June 1st of 2021. So we're in August. Total sales have already grossed 23 million. So not even in three months, if this is written in 2021, not even in 3 months, you have the already gross revenue of 23 million. Okay. And let me tell you right now, it's 207 million in a year at this price. And let me get to I'll just leave you guys with the circulating supply right now, because you can stake and you can actually make money off of that. Why is it not letting me do that? That's a bummer. Oh, here we go. 60 million. 3 months, 23 million. Right now, 60 million. I'm going to leave you at that. If you want to learn more about this, please reach out to me. Comment down below. Join our Discord chat. I will love to teach you about this. This thing gets me giddy. I love video games. I love NFTs. I love crypto, and I love stock market analysis. This crypto gaming is right up my alley. This is my strike zone. Okay, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to camp here. I'm going to make a nice fire. A nice fire for everyone here to enjoy, and let's be millionaires together. No joke. This possibly could be a wave for the next 20 years to make you a millionaire. Like, if you understand gaming, if you understand gaming, like, you have a way better chance of being a millionaire instead of somebody that's an investor or a person that does stocks and all that kind of stuff that doesn't understand NFTs and crypto. Like, you have an edge on that. If you're watching this, let's do it. All right. If you want to join our Discord channel, we will be talking about all this kind of stuff, and you can feel reach out to me. Oh, I have some questions here or comments. I'm sorry. Just as DeRace this morning, if they do everything on the roadmap, this should be huge. I agree. Also, I'm on CoinMarketCap, and they do have a max supply. Nor, yep. I talked a little bit about that. And its current circulating supply is 17 million. You're correct. And total supply is low. If the total supply is low cap with 120 million total supply, then this crypto can easily be 50 to 100 billion dollars over the next 5 to 10 years. Not financial advice. Yeah, it could be. It really could be. I don't really know, like in terms of sports betting, that is one thing that I just don't understand just yet. But hey, we are in it for the long haul. For me, this is a long play. So a lot of the my trades right now are like short, right? And so the other one that the one that I also did a report on that my Discord channel has is Network. I'll make another video of that. I'll make another video about that later. But I just wanted to kind of shine some light on DeRace for you guys. This is how I think. This is just one person's opinion. And I will be staking this specific coin. And I don't care if it's a bull market or bear market. I'm going to love to see this take off. I see it. There's a market for it. Pending there's like regulation, and then there are also some type of recession maybe that could really affect it. But still, I think people will always play video games, and people will always bet and gamble. So as always, love you guys. Believe in you. Peace.